Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. I'm Govir Go Home, and I'm just pulling down the mic because I want to make sure you can hear me. All right. welcome. I'm obviously running a little bit late. I'm about 15 minutes late there, but that's okay because we're still here. We're still going to build stuff. And I've got a couple of things to cover today, which, a little bit of everything, right? So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get right into it. Just want to say hi to everybody who is showing up already, all ready to go. Almar and Wigwag and Bubs and, and Dan's Model Railroad Journey. How's it going, Mr. Brian Ferguson? How's it going? Welcome everybody. All right. So the Sunday Brunch kit builds. We do this every Sunday. You know. Sometimes better than other times, but hey, it happens. Lee, how's it going? So normally, and I'll build a kit. I will work on a kit, do some weathering, graffiti, a little mix and match of everything every Sunday. Just overall staying active, doing things, and working on those skills and sharing them. So if you guys remember, a few weeks ago actually, I changed out the motor in this Bowser ST40-2 locomotive. This is an FURX, which is First Union Rail. I got this about a little less than a year ago. And I went to do a live stream a couple months back. And what had happened was I had this one and my O&R unit right in front here. And they were pulling a whole bunch, probably about 30 some odd of my ore cars, my ore hoppers. And it just came to a stop. I don't know why, but it came to a stop. What I think is that it got stuck somewhere on one of my switches. And what had happened, or what I had seen, was smoke coming up from here. So my first instinct, I better lift it off. So I went to do this just to kind of lift it off and move it, burn my finger, and after that, it just wouldn't move. It would start up. You would hear it. Sounded great still, and it just wouldn't move anywhere. Wouldn't go forward. Wouldn't go back. So I'm like, okay, well, gonna call Bowser. Well, I didn't call him. I sent an email and explained to them what had happened. And that's right. And then Lee from Bowser, he was in contact with me for a bit about it. And eventually he said, okay, well, I'll send you a replacement motor, because it sounds like something happened with the motor. So a couple weeks back, I did a live where I took the shell off and whatnot. I removed the motor and I swapped it out with a new one. Which very first time doing that, by the way, and impressed myself because nothing caught fire. And what I tried it again after getting the new one in there, still nothing. So darn, right? Because you think it's one thing, but it turns out to be 50 other things. So what ended up happening was I had to send it off to Bowser Repair. Luckily for me, they have somebody in the GTA, or I think it was in the Mississauga area or something like that, that does all the repairs locally within Ontario or Canada, I guess. And that was Joe that worked on that. And I sent it off, and within a week, they had received it, and they gave it the once over. And he reached out to me. He said, everything's good now, but can I give you a call? Okay. They want to know what type of system and whatnot I was using, and how I'm running my trains and whatnot, like stuff like that. So I explained to him I was using the what is it called? The something Express Super Empire Builder, something like that. Yeah, Super Empire Builder Digitrax set. It's a really old set. I'm building blocks into my layout, but I haven't put in the block stuff yet. So most of it's wired together. And it's a 5 amp system. And it's supposed to cut out if there's a short. So if there's a short, your system would say, well, hold on, too many amps. Let's stop. And usually that's in and around 1 amp to 2 amp. There's a cutoff, and it'll beep at you and it'll say, nope. Mine didn't. And it kept going. And it was a full 5 amps running through this thing. And it basically, so from what I understood, it warped the back truck. So this whole thing was warped. It had melted gears together. And it also he had said it arc welded basically the drive system and something else together, something like that. So that's why I wouldn't move, because it was basically this whole section here, everything with the wheels and the trucks, it was all one block. And I'm like, well, okay, well, yeah, the wheels couldn't move anyway. So it's like, yeah, kind of figured it was a back truck, but I don't know these things. I take trucks apart and in gears and all that. Too many little pieces for my big hands. So he got it working again. He sent it back to me, and I really appreciate their level of support with this, and helping me do that. $15 not only so love better reason whether and not good. Computer. Anyways, so yeah, Bowser is still one of my favorite companies. They fix their stuff and test it out and whatnot after getting it back after of it not being working. Okay. But anyways, so yeah, it helps to Bowser for helping with that. And speaking of, let's see, we've got Trackside Mike and DK and Stormy. How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. The audio is bad. I really hope it's not the computer again. I'm going to be getting a new computer, hopefully at some point. I have determined that it is the laptop, but what can you do, right? What can you do? We'll just keep powering through, and as it was. So I just wanted to do that whole little spiel there and let you guys know and kind of keep you guys up to date on that whole process, because it is kind of a pain dealing with a broken locomotive and all that stuff as well. So it's good to see that Bowser is standing by their product, and it works really well again. So I'm very happy about that. Also, if you guys want to join, because I'm going to be working on a building here, if anybody wants to jump on and join me, talk trains and whatnot, there's the link there. No, I don't want Acrobat Reader or whatever. I love these pop-ups that Windows just randomly gives you. Oh man. Okay. What? No? Okay, you're good. Okay, so last week I was working on Merchants Row 1. This is Merchants Row 1. And this is what I got done. So I had painted. Okay, yeah, I built it, and then last week, I spray painted the whole thing black, and then last week I painted the brick, as you can see here, and then I also painted the white trim. Very nice as well. So I'm going to move on and start doing more stuff this way. Now there's also the roof and whatnot, but I'm going to do this stuff after because I normally use that grip tape stuff to do my roof and the shingles on it and stuff. So yeah, there's that. So I'm going to, I've got a bunch of new colors here that I was wanting to use. Like I've got this nice, it's almost like a canary yellow. Oh, daffodil yellow. And I'm going to do one of the storefronts with this. And there is this sea spray, which is like a ocean green almost, which is really neat. And then just a couple other colors to darken or lighten, either or. I've just been drawing facilities for my layout this morning. I finished drawing up a 50-foot bridge. Nice. Well, that's cool. Every layout should have a bridge and a tunnel. So I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer and I'm going to tilt it down so you guys can watch me working on this because, you know, I can't hold it up like that while I work. So I'm just going to do that and that. And hopefully it goes in focus. There we go. Okay. Okay, so along with this, so what do I want to do? I kind of want to do two different. I want to do a green and a yellow kind of theme to them. So we are going to grab my fine detail brush and one of my little takeout cups. And I think I want to do the green first. I've been working a lot on the layout areas, especially the area where my downtown is. And you guys will be excited to see that coming up soon. And I've even started adding lights to a lot of these areas. All right, so, and I totally forgot to grab some paper towel. Lucky me. That's what happens when you're in a rush. It's all good though. Yeah, because of that big snowstorm we had the other day, my father-in-law was here and he fell on some either snow or ice out the front and he landed on his shoulder. So I was helping them out front there just before I would normally go live, but I was running a little bit later. So that's why I'm late. Because I don't want him lifting anything. Hey, CLL, how's it going? We are just working on kits. Hopefully everyone else did okay because of the storm. I was out there for a while with the snowblower. That was fun. And yeah, it snowed for a good portion of the day, but I find that the trick is that if you snowplow the area to which you need plowed, and then you quickly put salt down, if anything else falls or, lands on your driveway, the salt will eat at it right away. And my driveway was super clear this morning. So I'm not going to do the brick on the front of the building this color. We'll sort that out and come up with something else. I'm just doing the storefront for now. Oh my gosh. I'm good. Y'all can see me freak out today. Because it's a really good possibility that I'm going to get another pop-up. So I've got another layout update coming in just a few days. I'm also including in that layout update my my new setup and the information about that, because some people had asked to see, the overall setup here of when I do my lives, and everything that I've changed since the my last setup, which was just awful. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? Good, good. Yes, the Bowser, she's fixed and she's running. It came in on Friday, really quick, too. Um, that was the day that Brandon was here, and we were running a million SD60s. Speaking of SD60s, if you shop at OVRtrains.com, and you either happen to be at the store today, if you're shopping in store, or if you're online and you see a post about Otter Valley, make sure you wish Lorne, which is the owner, a happy birthday, because it's Lorne's birthday today. Speaking of birthdays, if you're around this Thursday, we have not keeping track. I can barely keep track. We have Third Rail Thursday, and we'll be over on Tim's channel, and it's Tim's birthday. I believe it's Tuesday. Tuesday is Tim's birthday, so he's going to do a. So we'll be over on They Make It Like That, his channel, and we'll all be celebrating. It's everybody's birthday. Yeah, there's not too many left of those SD60s. If you haven't gotten one yet, oh man, you need one. So I'm like, at first I'm like, I'm going to get one, just one. And then I saw a video of them working, because there's a huge difference between when a manufacturer says, okay, so this is what a locomotive is going to have, and then when it shows up and it doesn't have what they said it would have. And then, it's like, oh, well, we couldn't do this because of that, and we couldn't do this because of that. Literally everything that they said this locomotive was going to have, it has. So then my pre-order for one turned into a pre-order for two, just because I saw it in action, and I'm like, yeah, I want that. And now that I have my two, I'm like, kind of want more now. I do enjoy a bit of variety, but when Brendan was over here on Friday, he brought his three, because he has three. And first we ran the three because he wanted to film his unboxing video. And then after we ran the three around, which were really good, he connected my two to his three. So then we had 5 locomotives pulling all these grain cars, all these cylindrical grain cars, which was it was really fun to do, really neat to see. And we got lots of pictures and whatnot of all of it. So yeah, that was fun. I don't get to do that too often, so it was neat to be a part of. And it was on my layout too, so that's also cool. So after running the 5 locomotives together like that and seeing it pull all those cars, I'm just like, oh, great. Now I need more. Because I just want to have like big trains and whatnot. And it was fun. It was fun. I don't think I would do 5 like personally, but there's some guys that I've seen that have, like 6, 8, and 10 of these. And it just, looks so good. Hey, Unscaled Dystopia, how's it going? Loving your videos. Still contemplating whether or not to tear my whole layout up and do a whole Union Station thing in HO. Jeez. Every time I watch your videos, I'm just like, I wish I had more space. And Bradley, how's it going, Bradley? I don't know if I said hi to you yet, but if I missed it, hello. Hello there. So this seafoam green is pretty decent. It almost looks like off-white, which is kind of weird, but I'm just kind of, winging it here with that. So let's see what happens. I might go over it with a bit of a darker color just to kind of, fix that up a little bit. Hey, Heath, how's it going? Thanks for joining. And I want to do the inside here. There we go. Flip it over and do the same thing. This is, guess which one it is. It's 1 through 5. Plot should give you a bit of a, an indication as to what number it is. It is a Merchant's Row, but guess which number? I've already done Merchant's Row 1. So this is number something. I'm just kidding. It's Merchant's Row 2. I'm looking at another Merchant's Row kit. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's like 5 or something. I also like that one as well. I like the look of these. And I'm getting more comfortable with painting brick, so I don't mind it as much. Yeah, this is definitely Merchants Row 2. I wonder how different it is in N scale compared to HO as far as detail. Like I said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the brick work as well, but I'm going to do the brick in a different color. So if I get a little bit on the brick, it's okay. But I'm trying not to at the same time. You know what the seafoam almost reminds me of? Like old school diner. It's a nice color. Well, yes. The N scale one will definitely be a little bit smaller. I guess you're right. But, the amount of detail, right? So if it's smaller, do you lose any of the detail or does it retain that detail? That's what I'm referring to. And I do find with this color, just like most light colors, you kind of do have to do a second coat just to make it stick a little bit better. Seafoam. I try a PM kit, but I'm not a fan of the plastic. Yeah, not a fan of I find that it's a lot harder to work with as far as gluing it and whatnot. So I had a kit, I did half of it, and then I never touched it again. I just didn't find it as enjoyable. But I mean, Walther's kits, I love them, and I would almost build them just to build them, even if I didn't have a layout. Build them and sell them, I guess. I was thinking about doing a giveaway at some point where you guys vote on a kit, and then I will build it and I will paint it, and then I will pick a winner and show it to the winner. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? Let me know. build an N scale kit. Well, I don't have tiny fingers. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm always up for a challenge. I'll just need some smaller brushes, I guess. Some even finer detail brushes. But yeah, I love doing this stuff. Like, you know, I used to do like paint miniatures when I was younger. Like in my youth, I would do the Warhammer stuff, and I was a big fan of you know, like painting the tanks and the motorcycles and the dreadnoughts and stuff like that. And yeah, they were awesome. I love doing that stuff and building them too. I purchased a Walther's Troop kitchen car that I hope in the future will become an outdoor diner. Yeah, those are always neat to see when you convert a like a passenger car into a whatchamacallit, like a diner, restaurant, stuff like that. Very nice, very nice. Now I wonder if I should do. No, I'm going to do that separate. That'd be really awesome. Love that idea. Yeah, because not a lot of people enjoy doing this, right? Some people want buildings, but they won't buy the buildings because they know what they have to do, and it could be very frustrating. For me, you know, I try to avoid brick buildings because I'm not a big fan of trying to paint brick, but at the same time, it's like, you know, this is how you learn, and you know, no better way to learn than by, you know, hands on, right, doing it yourself. But you know, at least if you see how it's done, it'll make you feel less uncomfortable. I hope. Now let's see how this daffodil yellow looks. Okay, so that's pretty light, but I don't think it's light enough. So I'm going to add a little bit of white. Just because I want to make it super light. And I got my little stir stick here. It looked like an egg because, well, no, the reverse egg, I should say, because it was a little white dot in the middle of all the yellow as opposed to it being a little yellow dot. Yeah, that's much lighter now. Okay, let's do that. We'll see how that looks. ITLA would be some nice kits. I've thought about doing an ITLA kit. Oh, that's a great deal. $10 and you get a bunch of buildings. Most of those were probably already built and painted. The thing with a lot of these kits, even Walthers, they print it or they have them made in colored plastic. And when you look at the front of the box, and I can use this as a great example because it's not a great example, and that's why I'm going to show you. So this one you can definitely tell that it was painted in several different colors, where it was molded in basically mostly gray, or not gray, brown, like a light brown plastic. So, you kind of have to paint it in order for it to really look, unique. But a lot of kits from Walthers, when you look at the picture on the front and the kit put together, not painted, that's basically like it's ready to go right out the box. So you don't necessarily have to paint it, but you kind of should. But you don't necessarily have to. How does that yellow look? I know it doesn't really look like yellow because, it's not that, bright in here. I can see it's yellow. I forgot to put on my ring light as well, which usually gives me a bit more light, but it's because I can see really well without it, and it's not super dark. Didn't really bother to put it on. Timed specific emoji reactions. What the heck is that? Yeah, modern skyscrapers, absolutely. Like if it's like you know, 15 floors or more, it's gonna have a hard time. Bachman Spectrum makes some really nice tall kits like that. There's two specifically that I can think of that are really nice for a downtown area. But you should check out the hotel. They have a hotel that's also really nice. But it comes with sidewalk. And the sidewalk that you get with that does not work well with the Walther sidewalk, so you kind of have to pick and choose either Walther sidewalk or Bachman sidewalk, which I would highly recommend the Walther sidewalk. Yeah, I'm glad I went with the yellow for the front of this because there's a lot of little shops and whatnot that have almost like this canary yellow out the front. Might be a little bit lighter than canary yellow, but definitely makes for a nice, let's say, flower shop or something. I haven't really decided yet what I'm populating these shops with and whatnot. But I'm sure I'll think of something. I don't care for the tab and slot style Craftsman kits though, like the ones from Blair line. Can't say I've done any of those, so I can't really comment to that. I always find yellow very difficult to work with, but I'm trying. It's it's kind of coming through in a weird way there, so I'm gonna have to fix it up a little bit, or at least go over it again. Sometimes you got to do that, but I find if you put it too thin, then yeah, you'll be able to see right through it. But then if you put it too thick, it looks gross. So sometimes it does warrant a second coat. You can kind of tell there with the second coat and whatnot. It definitely does look a bit better. So there's lots of great shows that are going to be happening this month. We've got a lot planned for the month of March. And just to name a few, so like I said, we already had Dave Coe, and he came out of retirement to do Third Rail Thursday this past Thursday. Kind of begs the question, did he really retire? But yeah, he did a great show on Thursday night. If you missed it, go check it out. And then we've got Tim this Thursday for his birthday special. And then the following Thursday, it's technically the day after my birthday. So I'm going to do a birthday as well, because why not? Gotta feel special for getting 1 year older, right? Then at the end of the month, we of course have G, which I'm still working out. Still doing some planning with that. And then we've got a special episode of Keeping Track. Last month it was awesome because I got to do a whole unboxing and whatnot of the SD60 from Aurora, just in case you missed it. This month, I'm doing an unboxing and review of something that I've never done before. Never reviewed it. Never unboxed it. Never did a video on it. And what makes it even more special is that it was a gift. and it was a gift from Trackside Mike. I'm pretty sure it was a birthday present. I just received it before my birthday. So you'll have to tune into keeping track to see what he got me. I'm still blown away. And I'm sure you guys will be too. But that all happens at the end of the month, which is cool. I know you DCC guys will be very interested to watch that. Or if you're DC and thinking about going DCC. Oh, he's a heck of a guy. He's not just a club member, he's the president. Which, if I can shamelessly plug, if you guys are not already a member of the GVO crew, there is a link in the description if you want to sign up. There are lots of perks and whatnot. Get you into some of those really good giveaways that I do every so often. Guys have won lots of really nice things: locomotives, rolling stock. Well, usually, locomotives are rolling stock. Also, I do the posters as well. So I've given away posters of some of the cool railroads. And that's all just for being part of the crew. I'm still working on the whole sticker thing. So hopefully I will have stickers soon. But I've even had lots of people reach out to me that have stickers and they've sent them out. And I've already added them to my layout, which is awesome. Because that's what I do with my stickers. I'm going to have to go over that again, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. That's what the front there kind of looks like. You got the white on this side, then we've got the seafoam green in the middle, and then the yellow over on the far, was it the left? No, that's the right, far right. Sorry, I don't know if it was reversed or not. I got Wigwag sticker. Yeah, and I added just a few more this past week from other subscribers that sent those out. Okay, so I think what I want to do, because I do prefer a red brick, if I'm being honest, I want to do a red brick for these two buildings. So I'm going to mix up a red. Yeah, I had some issues near the beginning there, Mike. I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. It's my laptop. I am looking to invest in a new laptop, and at some point, hopefully within the next couple of months, purchase said new laptop. So that'll be neat. So for this here, I'm using a deep red. So that's the deep red there, and I'm doing it in a clear container so you can see what I'm doing. Hey Rick, how's it going? Rick's Railroad. Thanks for joining. So with this here, I mean, I'm going to add a bit of white. I don't want this to turn pink, so I'm going to see if I can avoid it turn pink. And if I do have to add a bit of black to that, that's fine, but oh, and it's totally pink right now. Well, that's what happens when you add white to red, I guess. I want to... I'm going to add some leaf green. That's right, you heard it first, leaf green. But I'm only going to add a little droop of leaf green to that. It looks like watermelon. Because of the pink and the green. Yeah. Still very much pink. Let's add a bit more. Now, keeping in mind, it's easier to add color opposed to taking color away. Now it's more of a salmon. Do you section? I will section off the inside of my buildings when I go to add lights, and you'll probably see me do that at some point within the next month or two. because I've already started adding lights to the buildings in the downtown. So I have a few things planned for that. Ooh, now it looks burnt. I think I added too much black. Let me go back here, hit it with the red again. Okay, there we go. Why does it do that? It makes it look more purple. And if I put it on the black, then it's going to... I gotta lighten this up. I mean, this is a good color for a storefront, but I don't know if I want the brick to be this color. Because now it's very light purple. Hey, Ordy, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. I will find a color that I like here. There's lots of room in this container, so I will get there eventually. Okay, there we go. Now it has more of a red tinge to it. And I think that'll be it. That'll be what I do. And add a bit more red. It's getting there. It's getting where I need it to be. It's a beautiful day out there. I don't know if anybody has seen outside yet, but oh man, it's definitely a spring day. Not for long though, because I'm sure it'll snow down on us all eventually. Okay, so that's cool. So we'll do that. And I will start right here. Yeah, not bad. I figure if I do a whitewash over this, it will show the brick a lot more. A. B, it'll lighten it up. And yeah. Cool. Let's see that. Sweet. Count yourself lucky, Wigwag. I was about to send you some of mine because we get too much. We are definitely running out of places to put the snow. because like I usually put the snow on both sides of the driveway, and halfway down my driveway there's a fence on this side, so it's basically like driveway and then fence, right? There's no grass area here, so I have to push everything down to the bottom half of the driveway, and then either depending on if the wind's blowing this way, I got to put it all over on this side, or if it's blowing this way, all over on this side. So right now, most of the snow is right here. And when you try to put the snow up on top, it just slides back down. You can't put it over far enough, or it doesn't go far enough that it, gets up and over, because some of it's just too heavy or wet. And yeah. It is not fun, or at least it's not my idea of fun. Yeah, they made it sound like that snowstorm that we were going to get the day was worse. And I think, I don't know if it was the news that made it sound it was going to be like that much worse or what, but like my wife and I were out nonchalantly, just out, and then we had gone through a Starbucks because, of course, she wanted to go through Starbucks. And the guy was like, "Oh, it's been crazy here all day because everybody's stocking up before the big snowstorm." First of all, what are you stocking up of, at Starbucks? That I have no idea. Second of all, that wasn't much of a storm. They were telling people to stay home, stay off the roads, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't even that bad. So I don't know. Maybe somewhere else got hit a lot worse. Or just like everything else, the media just made it sound a lot worse than what it was going to be. Who knows? I don't work with Adreno. Am I saying it right? Adreno? That's maybe something for down the road. Arduino. There we go. Okay, Arduino is how it's pronounced. Yeah, it's not something that I'm focused on right now. I'm more of a scenery and fancy trains opposed to electronics. But I hear that you can do some pretty crazy things with Arduino. Keep pronouncing it wrong. Maybe I should learn how to pronounce it and then I'll use it. Otherwise, if I go to make a video, I'm just going to be pronouncing it wrong the entire time. It's all about clean lines. If you get clean lines, then it'll look a lot better. You can kind of slowly, it's starting to come together. Slowly. It'll look a lot better once you make, the little concrete accents, because that's what really pulls this thing together, if I'm being honest. It's weird how we always remember the trains from our childhood. With the first set that I got in my youth, I guess you could say, there was an O&R logo that, which was one of my favorites at the time. So it's very ironic that I have a lot of O&R now. Oh, you want the lights in your building to like not necessarily flicker, but turn off and on, like by themselves? Because Woodland Scenics, they have like, because I use their light system, and the yellow hub, which is a little bit different from your blue and red hub, it almost, I'm not sure of the correct word. I'm going to say oscillates, but that might be the wrong word. It'll randomly go out and then come back on at some point, and you can plug 4 lights into it, and it's perfect for a house. So the light will go out, and then it'll come on, and it'll stay on for like, 20, 30 seconds, and then goes out again. And that's the yellow light hub. And you can plug 4 lights into that. Then you take your yellow hub and you plug it into a blue hub. And the blue hub can hold 4 other hubs, like either red or yellow hubs. So that would be something to look into. Now, I never did the yellow hubs, but I used the blue and the red. I like to, if I have my lights on, I want them on all the time. What about your street lamps? Same system? Yeah. So basically, you can have two blue hubs, and the blue hubs connect to each other. So you've got a power in and a power out on one hub. So you would do the power out from one hub into the power in on the other blue hub. And then there is a port to put a power button, so to turn it off and on. And you put that to the first blue one. And then you can get a power cable, which you plug into the power in on the first one. So then from the blue hubs, each blue hub has 4 ports. You never want to plug your lights into the hubs directly, but you would plug other hubs into the blue. So let's say you have a red hub. You plug a red hub into one of the spots on the blue. And that red hub will give you 4 outputs, 4 ports for whatever lights. So in some cases, let's say a nano light or a stick-on light, that will take up one spot, 1 out of 4 spots on your hub. But the street lights come with a special plug where you plug, because it comes with 3 street lights in a pack. So you get 3 street lights connect to this one cable, and that one cable plugs into one port on the red plug system. I actually have a diagram literally over at my desk. I'll grab it for you in a second because I wanted to determine how many lights and how many hubs I would need for my downtown section. And I did that last night because I do have a couple of hubs, but I don't have all the hubs. So I need to, buy more hubs and lights. So I'll get that and I'll show that to you in a second. But yeah, depending on the type of hub you have, for example, a yellow hub, the yellow hub will flicker the lights and you can adjust the amount of flicker, whether it be rave or, just someone going in and out of rooms, turning on light switches. Kevin's down in the basement, working on the layout, getting ideas. I find a lot of inspiration, I can say that, inspiration from a lot of other YouTubers and people who share stuff about the hobby. Because, we're always on our phones, we're always online. And, whenever somebody posts a video, or if I'm looking for information on something that's specific, then I'll look it up. And I often get a lot of ideas for things just by watching other people. Nothing is original, but that's totally fine because there's so many ways to do some of this stuff. You just got to find what works best for you, and depending on what you're looking to do. Are you looking to do it quickly? Or are you looking to do it as easy as possible, as cheap as possible? Or not necessarily cheap as possible, but as inexpensive as possible. Like a lot of guys will go to the hobby store and they'll spend X amount on paints and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, I just go to the dollar store and I get myself some acrylics. And I mean, we see, what it looks like, right? Like, this is just acrylic paint from the dollar store. Save yourself some coin. Buy expensive trains, but, buy less expensive paints and stuff. But there are certain things that you can't really cheap out on, though. Glue is very important, I think. Get yourself some good glue. H&H Express model N scale. How's it going? Took me a second there to get that. That's okay. I'm still asleep. we are just, I know I'm not saying too much because it seems like my focus is like painting, but we're working on a Walther's kit here. This is Merchants Row 2, and I built this 2 weeks ago. Then I spray painted it black, and then last week I did the end unit. I painted all of the brick almost like a dark purple color. And now, after doing a nice seafoam green storefront and a yellow storefront, I'm just doing the red brick for the rest of it. Okay, see, yeah, the yellow is showing up better now, I think. It'll be fine. Hopefully. But yeah, I wanted to finish this red here because I think this is like one of those like, one and done type things. I got to do this whole thing, including the back, because there's no way I'm going to be able to mix this specific color here again just to get this. And there's no way for me to redo that. So I just got to do it, get it done, and then let it dry. And then next week I can come back and do all the little details on the front and all that fun stuff. Unless I got something else to work on that I want to show you. But I'm still working on my train station as well. There's a train station that I'm building, but it's strictly just a backdrop building. And yeah, I'm still working on the placement of that and all that so that I know exactly how big to make it, and because I got to fit it in a very specific location. So that's taking a little bit more time than, let's say, something like this here, where there's already a plot of land for it, the shape of it and the size is already worked out. So I just got to place it and forget about it at that point. You know what I think I'll do? I think I will go around the windows with the fine detail, and then I will come back and hit it with a bigger brush. Otherwise, that'll take me forever. It's not like the front where it's all detail pieces. The side here there's a lot less to it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a bigger brush, maybe something soft, and then I'll be able to do all that. Yeah, that'll be all right. The little brush would take forever if I did that. Dwight Tuna Can Curly. Oh, it's DK. Well, I call him DK anyways. I really appreciate everybody joining today and every day, or whenever I do a live. It's always fun to work on things and share the hobby with people and, grow as a community. That's what we do here. Hey, Dennis. Thanks for joining. Better late than never. Dennis, I saw the post where you had just recently acquired a bunch of stuff or acquired back a bunch of stuff. All amazing stuff. I know it's amazing because I own a lot of that stuff already. Question is, what did you run first? Because honestly, that would be a tough call. Like, yeah, you got the F-59s. So you got some more Go stuff. And you got the Northlander, which, I mean, that within itself is just an amazing model. So how do you decide what to run first, especially, acquiring all that stuff all at once? That's the front. It's getting there. Thank you. It'll look a lot better. I was saying, when you add all the little accent pieces, like the little window sill ledge concrete pieces and whatnot, it'll look a lot better at that point. Right now, it just looks like reddish, pinkish brick with black windows and doors, right? But I'm hoping that I'll be able to do the rest of it next week. Oh yeah. Harrison's a cool dude. He doesn't live too far from me, actually. He used to go to the Ottawa Ho Track Club, and that's how Mark Eminem Rails met him, and and then that's how I met him. And he would always be at, whenever they did a setup at a show and whatnot, they would always be at the shows, and so he's super local to me. And it's funny because whenever I go into any of the local train stores here, um, I've I've often ran into him, whether he was on his way out or I was on my way in, and yeah, always see him in passing. It's cool because even though he has like over 10,000 subscribers, he's the exact same guy he was when he had 1,000 subscribers. And I think that's probably the coolest thing about him is that, you know, a lot of these kids, and I can say kids because a lot of them are way younger than me, um, you know, they're all looking to be, YouTube famous or Instagram famous or Snapchat famous. I don't know what TikTok or whatever it is. And it's like, a lot of those kids are just like looking for that attention and that, whatever. But, he actually has, thousands of viewers and whatnot. And I don't think he cares. I think it's more of a, oh, that's cool. That's awesome that people watch. You know what I mean? And he doesn't let it go to his head and whatnot. So he's cool like that, and that just makes you appreciate him more. YouTube influencer. I haven't. I'll find it weird if I'm like, and I don't know if it's because I'm weird, but like I've gone to train shows and I'll just be looking around, and then someone will come up and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, that it's you," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's me." Surprise! I don't know. It's weird because it's like you don't think that many people care, right? Like I come on here, I share this stuff and whatnot, and we've like Mark and Tim and myself, we've made fun of ourselves in that respect where we were at Otter Valley and I was doing a live and they'd come up and they're like, oh my gosh, is that go over go home? And I'm like, oh my gosh, is that Mark? Because we're just like, we're just like that, I guess. I don't know. We don't think too much of it. And it's just, we're just having fun. And if we get noticed in public or something, then that's cool. I don't think I've ever gotten noticed at like a grocery store or anything like that, but it's usually, train store or whatchamacallit, a what are they called? Train show. Train store or train show. That's the only. And like, obviously I'll go to the local club or whatever, and they already know me because I go there sometimes, but there's some guys that are on there that will follow me on Instagram and whatnot, but I don't walk around making a big deal about it. I just show up. I've actually made a lot of friends through this channel. People I never would have, normally made friends with otherwise. When I was in school, I didn't like any of my teachers. That's how I was. I went to school, I did my work, and then I went home. Sometimes I would skip class and whatnot. Go skateboarding, right? That's how I was. That was me in my youth, in my teenage years. But now I have like friends that are teachers and stuff like that, and it's crazy because I never would have thought in a million years. But and it's not just friends in Canada or the U.S. I mean, come on, look at Artie, for example. He's all the way in Australia. He's a cool dude. This is truly a hobby for anyone and everyone. And no one should ever be excluded or made to feel like they don't belong or anything like that. No matter how old you are or how young you are, if you're here and you're doing your thing with the hobby and you just want to be a part of something, and I think that's awesome. I think it's why we do this. We'll take the time to film content, put it out there. We'll ask for help from those who are definitely a lot better, or they have seasoned a little bit more than some others. I started off doing videos because I was watching videos. I saw other people making layout updates and whatnot, and I'm like, I'd like to share my progress. And that was almost 10 years ago. It's hard to believe I've been doing this for almost 10 years. It got easier. I remember I would be so worried when I go to do a live or anything like that. And there's that level of excitement with it where you get really nervous too. But eventually that goes away. Hey, Tim. I was just talking crap about you. Just kidding. Is it your birthday on Tuesday? I want to say it's Tuesday. Everybody say hi, happy birthday to They Make It Like That, Tim. His birthday is on Tuesday, but he has a special live coming up on Thursday for Third Rail Thursday, and we're going to continue the celebration with him then. Heath knows exactly what I'm talking about. Doing the lives, it's nerve-wracking because you don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to offend anybody because that's the world we live in, and it's tough. It's really tough. You almost have to have a likable personality just to feel like, okay, well, no one's gonna, judge me too hard if they already like me. And it's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's a very tough situation. And I know that, once you have that community around you and you have, friends or supporters, whatever you want to call them, it doesn't seem that bad, and it doesn't seem as nerve-wracking because these are your friends that are watching. These are colleagues. These are supporters and people that just want the best for you, and they want to see you succeed just as much as you want to see them succeed and whatnot. And even more before Trackside Mike started doing lives, I could tell he was nervous too about doing the lives and what. Look now, he's what's the word? I don't know, but he's killing it. All that worry was for nothing. And it's like, Heath, I see you on your lives, and you look like the most comfortable dude doing it, so comfortable. You don't look like you're stressing or anything, I remember when I started doing, the G View After Dark, I'd be nervous for like days up until the actual day of the live. And then after we finished and Mark goes home, I'm still like, my adrenaline is like through the roof just from talking about trains and, talking to everybody and getting to everybody and sharing everything and, making sure all the points that we touched on, everything I wrote down was correct and that everybody had a good time. And like, it would take me forever to sleep because it's, it's at night, right? And like, go watch a show and, heart rate's still like going like through the roof. I don't think that the energy drinks helped all that much, but yeah, it's just one of those things. It's very nerve-wracking. Now, I'll have the show and it's always like, oh, great show, guys, great show. And, then I go off and work on something or whatever, go to sleep. Sometimes you don't need to say anything at all. If people are there just to share in an experience, and that's all it is, right? Could do like a ASMR painting where you just listen to the brush strokes. I got to do the centerpiece before I totally forget about it, and it never gets done. And it'll be a totally different color. Yeah, Heath, I definitely agree with you there. I keep a notebook, and I've gone through at least 4 notebooks in the 5 years that I've been doing the GVO After Dark, and things like waiting for there to be new announcements. Okay, what are the new announcements this month? What am I talking about? What's the plan? Who's the guest going to be? That person can't make it. Okay, so who's the next person that we can have, or what can we do last minute to still keeping it alive? What have we prepped for? And it gets very nerve-wracking sometimes, because at the end of the day, you just want to be able to entertain. You want to be able to share all this, and a lot of people won't ever see that side of it. And then all the other little things as well, right? Like, because it's not just Sidetrack Sunday. It's not just Third Rail Thursday or, Kit Build Sunday, right? Like, it's very easy for me to say, okay, so this Sunday I'm working on this kit because I've got this kit and this is what I'm working on. When I'm done this, if I don't have another kit, how many cars I have that I can weather and do graffiti on and whatnot. So there's always something to do. When it comes to working on the layout, there's always something to work on. So that's never really a problem. But it's the specialty shows and whatnot that become a little bit more difficult. And we've known a lot of people over the years that we can bring on and talk to about the hobby and whatnot. I've seen Lauren on a bunch of podcasts and whatnot, Bernard on a lot of podcasts and whatnot, and yeah, there's a lot of people to talk to about the hobby and whatnot, and share that with everybody as well. And then for me as well, because I do the Keeping Track show along with GVO After Dark, finding the balance between the two and how to make certain things work, it takes time. And I kind of throw stuff between the two shows that I like to cover. So if I'm working on a project or if I'm doing an unboxing, I can film all that and do that trackside and do it in a way where, I don't need to be by the layout if I'm doing it on, GView after dark, because I'm not near the layout. It's a lot easier to do close-ups and whatnot as well when it's pre-recorded. Also, when I used to do the, talking about new announcements and stuff, I wouldn't really ever have any visuals. So it's like I would talk about it, but you would never really see how awesome it looks. The odd time I would have one of the older runs, which is okay because it still shows, a little bit. But now I can show it running if it's already been announced or if they've already done one. So yeah, just trying to sort it all out and make it all work and trying to make something happen, There we go. Yeah, it's easy to say, oh, that's a cool locomotive, but to show why it's a cool locomotive or listen to the sounds of this amazing locomotive. It sounds so good. You can say that, but the proof is in the pudding. You got to show it, right? You got to show the people why they should get it. And I think that takes it back to a bit of the influencer side that you were talking about earlier, or that you had asked me about. It's hard to suggest something if I don't have the, I'm never going to use this product if I think it's bad. I would never do that. I think that's one of the things that I think was the most important to me when it came to doing reviews and whatnot, is that I'm always going to do an honest review. Because that's me saying, you should get this. And then someone gets it. And if they don't like it, or if it's garbage, that's on me, right? And I don't want that to be on me. That's probably the hard part. Everybody has different tastes. I can tell you, oh man, this is an amazing kit. Really fun. Feel level, somewhat easy to do. But I'm working through it. Take your time, pick your colors correctly, and it'll turn out all right. Someone might say, can't do that. It's not easy. It's such a basic kit or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's just somebody's opinion versus mine. This Bowser locomotive, oh my gosh. Amazing. That's amazing weight, really good runner, sounds good, great puller. But that's just me, right? That's my point of view. I don't, more or less, as they say, have a gun to your head and say you need to go out and get this now. But you know what? If you like what I showed you, you agree with what I'm saying, if you trust in what I'm saying as well, like I could say, oh man, it's a great locomotive, but it might not be. But it has to be there. The trust and the credibility has to be there. Otherwise, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. I guess that's what they say. Gonna tilt this back up here because magic blur be gone. All right. But yeah, working on the kit today. That was awesome. A lot of conversation as well. I need to shave this. It's too long now. It's like a big poof. Oh man. I'll have a nice birthday shave. Well, Dennis, I think it's a lot easier for us because we like a lot of the similar things, right? I mean, identical. Yeah. Ontario Northland, no problem. Via rail, absolutely. Go transit, why not? Right? So it's it sells itself at that point. Hey James, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well today. The kit that I was working on here, this is the Merchants Row number 2. Merchants Row 2. And today I did the seafoam green right here on the storefront and a yellow, which I lightened up a bit. It's supposed to be daffodil. Was that daffodil? Yeah, daffodil yellow, and which I lightened up a bit more. And then I did a reddish pink brick that wraps right around here, right to the side. Very nice. It's a nice color. I'd probably do an engine house in that brick color, I think. Yeah, that would look cool. And then you just, add your washes and whatnot to it. Very nice. Yeah, the ZZ Top. Who? Brian, you're showing your age there. No. Yeah. So, being able to share this stuff with you guys has been amazing. So we're nowhere near done, and I look forward to doing more kits like this in the future. Hopefully I won't have to change out any more motors, but at least I know if I can, or that I can, that I will. Lots more reviews and whatnot on the way. Probably do more unboxings in the near future. I think on Tuesday, either Monday or Tuesday. So today being Sunday. So in the next couple of days, probably gonna go and get my display case. Well overdue. Make more room because all my overstock of locomotives are going right across my work desk, and they're all in front of my computer screen, and it's very hard to focus with all this, GMD and all that goodness right across my my workspace. So I got to get all that out of there and get them into a nice dust-free zone so that I can have them all on display. So that'll probably be within the next couple of days or so. But just to recap everything for you guys before we shut it down for the day. Trackside Mike and James tomorrow night, every Monday night, 7 o'clock. They alternate between channels. I'm pretty sure it's Mike's channel tomorrow. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It's hard for me to keep track. But yeah, you guys are tomorrow. And then Heath, are you your Tuesday? Is it your week for Tuesday? I think. I'm pretty sure. And then Thursday, we're going to be over on Tim's channel. They make it like that, the birthday special. They birthday like that. And then next Sunday, we'll be back. I'll do some more work on the kit. And then the following Thursday will be the Third Rail Thursday, but it'll be my birthday special. Who knows what we're going to do then, but I do have a lot of ballast to lay and some static grass and stuff, so we'll probably be working on that. Maybe even run some trains. So we'll see what happens, but we'll see you real soon. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining today. Have yourselves an awesome week, and we'll see you real soon. Go run instead. That's all I have to say.